Hi guys, welcome back. We're back with another video, and in today's video we're going to talk about how you can use the fib alongside Btmm elements and techniques. This is a very simple way. We all know people have different ways on how they use the fib. So this is something that I'm going to share with you, which I've been using to trade Btmm. Right, so as we all know, we always want to be in line with the market maker cycle, right? So in this case, right, I will always repeat this in videos so that we're on the same page, right? So if we are looking at an up phase, the first thing I want to identify is a peak formation, right? First level, second level, third level, and then a reversal. Right now, as we all know, it doesn't happen like this, right? So it will not always be perfect, or always show the same way every day, right? So that's why it's very important for one to be very selective when you're trading this, right? So we'll always keep in mind that we're trading the market maker cycle, right? So now for the fib, the only levels that I actually focus on is the 50, which is the mid level, and the 61.80, right? Because this is where I've seen that price has a tendency of coming back to this area, especially when we have if we're talking of a down phase scenario, right, we would have a drop. So like that, yes, would have a drop, base drop. So one thing that I've seen around these areas, this is where price usually pushes and then continues in the direction, right? So this can also apply to an up phase, right? So since we focus on we're trying to focus on the market maker cycle, as we all know that we can apply these elements for intraday trading. We can also apply this for swing trading. So for this example, I'm going to use the H1 time frame, right? Whatever I'm going to draw here, it'll be based on the H1 time frame. So what I want to see, right, basically what I do, if I identify 3 levels to the upside, right? So if this is your first level, second level, third level, right? And I can clearly identify a peak, right? Remember, this is your H1 time frame, right? This is your H1 time frame, right? So if I can identify this and miss the peak, right? There's some people who struggle catching the peak, right? And remember, we have these demarcations where we can have a drop on this day, right? That will be your level 3 drop, right? So what I do when I identify such, when I get to my terminal and I'm trying to look for an opportunity for the next day or the same day, right, this is what I usually look at, right? So if this is something I can clearly identify, where I can identify a peak, level 1, level 2, and level 3, I know that the reversal is imminent, and this is definitely our peak formation, and would love to trade in line with it, right? So what I usually do in this case is I'll then use the fib, and remember, I'm focusing on the high and low, right? So if this is our high of the day for that day, remember, this is your H1 time frame, and then we have a reversal, the day ends, right? And this is our low. What I usually do is I'll plot it from the high of the day to the low of the day, and I will then anticipate a reversal around the 50, 61, 80. And in most cases for my Btmm traders, this is where you usually find your 50 EMA, all right? Because remember, once a peak has been set and locked, we've got a 1350 crossover, and then usually this is where we get your ID 50, right? Your intraday 50, or your bounce off the 50 EMA in the H1 time frame. This is when I can anticipate a move in the other direction, right? So this can be applied even for the next day as well. But remember what I said, it will not always be the same, right? On every market, one needs to be very selective. But when one can identify such, it will be, and this can be, it could also be applied in your H4 time frame. So now that we were focusing on the H1, right, in the H4, basically you can look for swings, right? Meaning, if the previous week, right, the same thing, if the previous week, or you can identify 3 levels of rise, right, in your H4 time frame, and then you can identify a peak formation. Maybe we can actually say the market is now in level 2, right? So remember, this is your H4, and the demarcation is this, right? So this would be the end of the week. All right, this would be the end of that week. So basically what I'm saying is, if you can identify a peak, you can identify level 1, you can identify another level going into level 2. Your last anticipation in this case would be another level of drop. So I'll do the same, right? I'll get my fib, plot it from the high of the week. Remember, this is your H4 to the low of the week. And then I will anticipate the dealer to give us a false move week beginning, all right, to, induce traders. And then the dealer will set the high of the week / midweek reversal around the 61, 80 or 50% area. And then you can anticipate to catch that high of the week and trade in line. Remember, one level in the H4 time frame is actually 3 H1 levels. Right? So this can be applied everywhere, guys. This is very straightforward, and if you can actually do some big testing on this, right, it will definitely assist you in your trading. All right, so basically we're gonna look at an example which I did say in our Telegram channel. Remember, guys, this is the only Telegram channel, the official, right? Do not join any other Telegram channel. So just make sure that this is the link that you use to join this, right? As you all know, we have a bunch of scammers who create a bunch of these channels. So just make sure you're on the right channel. All right, so basically this was a Euro AUD, and as you can see right here, right, you can identify that we had the high of the day, right? Sorry about that. We had the high of the day at this point, right, and the low of the day at that point, right? So I was interested in seeing, because at this point, looking at this is a peak, as you can see, right, an M formation, right, and we had some moves during Asian session, right? We also have the 1350 crossover and the 50 and 200 EMA crossover. So already when I got to my terminal, basically this is what I saw. All right, let me just get back a bit so that you guys can understand. Okay, here is the analysis. Okay, this was in the H1. I'd love to show you. Okay, but anyways, it's fine. All right, so basically my first entry, as you can see, right, my first entry was around this area, which is on this chart that I'm trying to explain, which is right here. Right, so this had already happened. As you can see, I had the high to the low, I had my fib, and the reversal happened at the 50%, which was good because that is where the 200 EMA was also set. So that was a nice safety trade. Right, so I took the trade after the close below the 13 EMA, right, and then as you can see what happened right here, from this high, right, I'll take this high, because remember, I'm looking at the point, so this is a drop, base, drop, so I would focus on this more, since I'm focusing on intraday trading, right? So if you had taken a fib from this area to that area, this would definitely be your mid-level, right? And as you can see, 1350 crossover, we have our 50 EMA inside, right? So at that point, as you can see, I wanted to see the market continue going down, so I actually used this as an opportunity to scale in. As you can see how this played out. I love this pair, as it moves and the pips are good. So as you can see on that area, this being our first entry, this was our second entry, right? This was our second entry, and I believe this was shared as a as a free signal as well, right? So these are some of the examples, right? But remember what I always say, you should make sure by all means that you back test, right? Always back test whatever you learn from this channel. So you can actually identify the same right here, right? As you can see, high, low. This was definitely the 50, and it was good because we had the 50-200 crossover, and I anticipated a move, and as you can see, after confirmation, we took the trade. Alright guys, hope you guys learned something from this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Do check out our Telegram channel. This is the right link. We can find the link in the description below. Cheers.